What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? I'm going to talk about some tools. Talk, shop. Are tools worth buying? Are they gimmicks? What things you should consider getting? I'm going to put away my tools. Some of the tools I've been using this last few days, and I'll tell you how often I use them. And then I'm going to give you a little tour around the toolbox and the shop a bit. So I will. I'm using a Pocket 3 right now. Matter of fact, I'm actually gonna, just so it follows me here, that way you can see me as I walk and I won't get out of frame. Anyhow, so I won't be able to see the comments here, but give me a minute and I'll walk over to my computer and I'll look right there. I don't have a monitor on in the shop right now, so this is kind of spontaneous. This is how I am. I'm very spontaneous on lives. I just have the moment and I'm like, oh man, you know what? I'm putting away some stuff. Maybe you guys want to like join me putting away stuff and see what my tools are about. So I'll try to chime in. Give me about every 5-10 minutes. I'll look at your comments and I guarantee I'll read your comment and try to answer that as much as possible. If you're seeing this video afterwards, well then feel free to comment anyhow. This video is not sponsored by Willie Quick, but if you are a PDR tech or if you want to learn more about the accessories, the tabs, the freaking carts, of which I'm going to show you a little bit of Willie Quick. This is their shirt right here. So Willie Quick Tools. Anyhow, let's get crack-a-lackin'. I think we are ready to go. I'm not sure how many people are on here, so what a fox. Just got my first light. Right on, buddy. Right on. Congratulations. The Limit Dent version 2, not the one that I wanted, but it'll do the job. So I bet you probably, did you get the version 2 and you wanted the suction cup one? Probably, or the automatic auto suction. Did you get that one? Oh, that's version 3, I think. So it's probably the one you wanted. Doesn't matter. I'm going to show you some cool things that you can put on and use it for your light, okay? Because personally, I don't use a lot of suction cups. I don't place them on the vehicle. There's a couple things, reason why I don't use suction cups. Number one, a lot of my clientele has ceramic coating, right? They're very picky about, hey, don't be placing anything on my car. And it's true, because if you put a suction cup on a vehicle, what happens is that if you don't wipe the panel off and you don't wipe that suction cup off, what happens is there's dust, right? And when it sucks to the panel, you are going to get some light scratches. And what's that mean? Now you got to paint correct the area that you did it. And if you don't have an orbital polisher, you're probably going to put some halos in it. So I mean, it could really go backwards on you quick south. I'll show you that too as well when we're going to do it. I'm going to put some tools away. But meanwhile, let's see if I can. I'll basically say hi to you guys and then we'll get into it, okay? So let's see here. Follow you on Facebook, Middle East. Could you please explain to me how to finish the dent at the end and how to remove the ripples if possible? I can explain a little bit of that today, but if you really want to see how it's done, there's so many different ways of why you're not doing that, and the most common way is that you're not pushing hard enough at the end. And if it's looking chewy, you're probably using the wrong tools to get to that point. So I'm not going to go really deep into that. This is not what this is about, but that's the number one thing why people can't finish a dent, is because they don't know the process of how to get to that point of that dent. But mainly it's your light reflection, number one foundation. Understand that light reflection. That light will tell you before you start making those mistakes. It'll say, hey, you're about to make a high. You're about to make it worse. If that board is not correctly placed, well, you are going to think you're there and it's going to be really messy and you're going to find out too late when you move your board. A few things. So I could not hide the way from the dent at the end. The way remains, if you look, you have to either, and then you have to learn how to reset, either high, meaning push it all up, or reset low, where it's all low and smooth, no pokes in between the smooth or the lower part. Let's see, got got something surprising. So let's see here. Any suggestion to prevent the marks? So yeah, as far as learning, for tapping down the marks, I use plastic tip marks, right? Plastic tips. Well, let's go over it. Like, let me get into it, and I'll come back and try to read your comments. It looks like we're gonna have a few comments here. A couple of people are already interested in some questions, but let's check out some of the tools. All right, now let me switch it up here. Come walk with me here. All right, here I'm gonna put this down here. I'm gonna film here, and then come down here, and then we're gonna zoom in. All right, let's do that. So here's my tool cart. Actually, I don't like that. Let me do this. I'm trying to work with a new system here, so bear with me, okay? I think it's gonna work, to be honest with you. All right, let's do this. There we go. So here's my cart. I know it's messy, right? This is a Dent dial. You've probably seen this. It's been out for years, and this is an accessory that Anson makes, so you can actually use this Dent dial like really like on a fender, right, and push. You can go down a door with this thing. There is multiple ways to use this thing, and I was using this on an aluminum fender yesterday, and I couldn't get it out because I don't know what that aluminum was made out of, but he told me it was the thickest aluminum, and I tell you what, it was the hardest aluminum I've ever worked on, and it was something I could fix, but it was too tough. The dent was just, I couldn't get to move. And anyhow, check this out. It's called Dent dial. Is it worth getting? I think so. As a PDR tech, this is called the Dent dial 22 heavy. You can tell by how thick it is. It really does really well. So let me just hold my camera here. How's that? I'm gonna put something away here. All right, let's do this. Oh, we're gonna get to this drawer in a second. This is my Anson drawer, but we're gonna put. That's my blending hammers. We'll get to that too. This is gonna be at least an hour. So if you want to stick with me, I may not be able to answer all your questions because now that I think of it, I can't answer questions and get through this video. Oh. Sorry. This is CarePoint, interesting flat bar. This is their most common flat bar, CarePoint. I highly recommend this too as well. This one doesn't bend. It's kind of like the nickel plated looking one. Don't get the chrome high polished one. That one bends too much. This one, they came out with one that doesn't bend. It flexes, but doesn't bend. This is probably the one I use the most, which is called a Better Repair. Fantastic on the edges, and this will make you money, by the way. Like the title on my thumbnails is what PDR tools make you money, and this is definitely in the top 10 tools. It's going to be subjective what people rank it as, but I generally have it in the 5-6 category of the ones I use the most. Variations of the first flat bar I ever owned was this one right here. It's from Russia, and it's called Auto Dent, Anaconda one, and fantastic. It's just awesome. If you could get flat bars are like rods, man. This is the devil's tail right here. So this one goes up on the fenders, on the edge, on the front fender, so it comes back. You can see that tip right there. All right, and this one they don't make anymore. This is from Dent Gear. I love this thing. This thing gets down the doors, fenders, super easy. Bendable, but not too bendable, meaning it doesn't flex as much. It's mainly for, smaller finishing dents that you're getting out. This is Ultra. I like it, but see, the thing with this is that it's limited on your where you can push, right? So you got this is mainly for an open panel. See the screw, right? You can put a tip on there. It is made to go down the door too as well. Probably, you could hold off on that one. Oh, and this one's from Dentcraft or Dent Gear again, right? This one's pretty cool. This one's really good for finishing. So if you're looking for, flat bars, this gives you an idea, but definitely my overall pick, number one is probably a better repair, a care point, and a dent dial, and then the rest is subjective. You can get what you want. All right, so let's go back to the tools here. I know it's messy. Here is the, you probably see me use this a lot in my latest videos. This is called the AR slide hammer. It's from Dent Slayer. That's the brand right there. You can get this at A1 Tools or Dent Slayer, the Dent Slayer. This is the cold glue. Everybody's asking me all the time, what is that? That is called cold glue. That's the blue Cola Fria. This tab right here is super important, and that is the VIP. He makes a set of different tabs that you can use, and you can quick pull it. So you put it on the panel where the dent's at, and you snap it. And this thing has a retracting. Let me just do this here. Let me do this. All right. This thing has a retracting, right? So you put it on the panel, and you pull it like whack like that, and it snaps that panel back out. Super cool, super awesome. Let's go over here. Oh no, I dropped my camera. Can I recover? Exit. There we go. Well, I won't do that again. I probably won't do that again. That was terrifying here. This dang camera cost 800 bucks. Now, I got it for 600. If they raise that sucker up a couple $100. That was not good. Oh, these are my, this is my specialty drawer. None of my technicians are allowed to come in here and touch this stuff because this is stuff either I haven't used yet or I love using. Here's some special tips that I like. You got a VIP leather tip, but it's got a little bit of sand on there. Freaking works good. You got your Pee-wee tap downs. This is the match grade. Somebody was asking me about like, hey, how do I not mark my panel? Well, you have to have a clean, precise tap down. And even if it's dirty, you got to make sure you wipe this tip down and then wipe the panel down so you don't get any marks on there. I'm not gonna go through all this stuff, but man, this is on these will go on a screw-on tip tool. This is from Dent Reaper, and the ideal with this tip is that it's like a heel push, right? So you get a very nice contact point, so you're not chewing up the dent, right? You're not making some nasty high spots. Again, I could do a video on every single one of these tools and be an hour at least on any of these things. These are VIP spike balls right here. This is more of a rubber tip, a harder rubber tip. This is more of the softer rubber tip. Doesn't slip, freaking great. They wear out a little bit quicker, and then here's the steel ball right there. Like this thing is legit too. Love it, love it, love it. You got the Sergio's cold glue. This is the blue one, in case you guys are wondering. This is what it comes in, and it's super hard to freaking tear off. Like here it is right here. But you got to cut it with a blade or some kind of sharp scissors. It's not gonna something that you just pull apart. And then you heat it up and you put it on a tab. This is Maymakers. They got the cold glue too as well. I haven't had a chance to use a lot of it. Oh, and this is one of the latest Sergio's cold glue is the gold one right there. So anyhow, wedges, light wedges. Cool. Yeah, next time I'm gonna freaking mount my, I think I got an idea next time. Okay. Okay. This one's an underrated. This is called the Pull Dog 2. Now, what's cool about this one? Let me just switch this up here. Okay. What's cool about this? Let me put this. Make sure I'm not gonna. And I'll read your comments too. What's cool about this one is it's got a spring in here, like it's a dampener. So when you are pulling a tab, it's not going to snap, right? You don't get that jolt. And what happens with a jolt is when you pull a tab, it snaps the panel the dent up much more higher. Well, let's say you're towards the end of the dent. You don't want a really heavy snap, right? So this dampens the shock, and you can turn it to dampen it softer or more, less softer, right? More or less of a dampen, right? So Pull Dog is great. It's got tons of accessories on it for it, so you can put a blade in here. Actually, let me go grab a blade here, so that way, let me see what I got here. All right, so you guys can see. Oh yeah, let's do this one. Check this out. All right. So I'll put that there. So what this blade does, we got one right here. Put this here. Damn, I'm bummed I dropped my camera, man. But at least I'm still here. At least my camera's still working. So I'm gonna read some comments in just a second. So now check it out, right? Check it out. So you probably went, what the heck is this for? This is for if you are going on a hood and there's some glue there, you can put that in there and then, right? And then really cut that glue going through. You can go down the door and there's variations of these ones that you could put on there. Super thin, like, oh, super thin, okay? Did it lose me again? Okay. There you go. All right, so yeah, this thing is crazy good. It's called the Pull Dog. And this Pull Dog, it comes with its own holder right here. Let me just do that right here, switch that. So I'll take this off. Pretty cool. I actually like it a lot. And it's heavy enough, by the way, to use with cold glue. By the way, I forgot to mention that cold glue needs a heavier slide hammer. The more heavier the slide hammer, well, generally the better results you're gonna have. If it's too light, you're not gonna get that snap that you want. So the Dent Slayer, it has that, it's heavy in the back end and it snaps, it uses the velocity of the weight to pull that dent back out. Same with any heavier slide hammer that has has the cold glue tab on there. I'm gonna tie my shoe right here because I don't want to fall over either on you guys. I'm gonna read some comments in a second, right now. That way you guys can, you can see, probably not getting ignored. I don't want you guys to get ignored here, so let me see here. Okay, are we good here? All right. I learned with lines, but I can't pin these. Can I pin, no, I can't pin messages, but I mean I can, but I can't put it on there. I learned a lot with lines, but any suggestions for good sized whale tails or balloon tips to finish with? I have a Dent Reaper and a double bend so far. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Matter of fact, let me find a balloon tip. Let me find a whale tail tool for you, okay? Let's switch over. Let's see if I got any on here by chance. I'm gonna show you some good whale tails that I highly recommend. Let's see if I got any here. I think I might have put one away. Oh, did I put it away? Yeah, I think I did, but we're gonna look anyways. Just double check here. We're gonna put all these tools away, by the way, because this is not how it's supposed to be. All right, let's go take a look. So here's my, don't laugh, but these are my usually whale tails. Super organized, huh? These whale tails are so hard. Okay, number one, I highly recommend that one. I'll tell you why. You said you were looking for a balloon tip. Well, here you go. Another same company too, by the way. Another same company, different size, smaller balloon tip. And I'll tell you why, okay? I'll tell you why, like, some of these tools are some of my favorites for whale tails. And let's see here. I'm looking for my Dent, yes sir. And let's go, man, you're gonna get a lot of choices. I hope I don't confuse you, but I'm gonna narrow it down to top 3 for you, okay? Oh shoot, man, okay. And I mean, these are just tools I use. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go right there because yes, you could get wider whale tails. Like look how long that is. Dentcraft, CarePoint, Dentcraft is probably the number one. This is a short one I recommend too. This one right here. Okay. Oh, by the way, you see this tool? State of the art, buddy. That's my Walmart sheet. This tool's called Malmo. Don't laugh. This was state of the art in 1991. And I still use it occasionally. This is what I used. Look at the tool compared to the tools you see now, right? We didn't have any of this stuff. But let's stay on track of your question, because I'll never get through this. I probably doubt I'll get through it anyways, but whale tail. This is a short drive whale tail, right? From Dentcraft. Highly recommend it because you see the spacing on it. It keeps your hand out of the brace from clipping your skin or your knuckle. So, and it's wide enough too. This is a standard whale tail. Your other standard whale tail, your longer one of that one would be this one right here. So you're looking at about 22 inches, 20-inch whale tail, maybe 24. I don't remember how long exactly it is. It kind of looks closer to the 24-inch. Highly recommend it because it's got enough width to it and it's strong and it's not going to flex. When you have a whale tail, you don't want it to flex in the middle before it drives to the tip, right? So when you're twisting, you don't want that shaft twisting. You want the tip driving and twisting, okay? That's probably one of the top ones I'd get. Let's do top five, okay? But we have a bunch of different tool tips here, right? Whale tails. Oh, this used to be one of my favorites. They don't make this one. Then they said they're bringing it back. This is Dentcraft. Look at the shovel head, right? It is probably the thinnest whale tail you'll probably see on the market. Like, effective. If you can get your fingers on this one and ask him, if you go to Dentcraft, say, hey, I want the 30-inch, half-inch whale tail Mike was telling me about. It's called the shovel head. You guys used to make it, but now you guys make it to something else. And they kind of make it like this, but it's sharper and it does a lot of damage. So I recommend this one. We're gonna talk about each one of these and then you're gonna see my top 5, okay? Holy crap, man. This is another half-inch one, but this is from Blim, okay? You can see that it's pointy on the edge, but it's rounded on the edge. So they got this half-inch whale tail right, in my opinion, because it doesn't chew up the dent, the center. Okay, another 30-inch, super, handles fantastic. That's one thing I don't cut off is whale tails because I like the handles are just, it's so small, it's just more better for me to just keep the handle on it. The balloon tip, someone has just mentioned the balloon tip, right? So the balloon tip is basically your soft tip of whale tails. So no matter where you're twisting, right? It's less invasive. It's not going to chew up the dent. Whale tails is fantastic. I highly recommend it in your arsenal. They come in different lengths, but I'm just kind of giving you a standard look at this one. I think it's about 18 inches in length. Highly recommend it. Now you know why. There's a smaller version out, which gets in a little bit more spaces. It's not going to get through a half-inch area, but it will get through most other access points. It'll obviously go down a door. I prefer personally, in my opinion, I like this smaller one better, but that's subjective again. So if you can afford it, get the both sets if you can. All right. Not talked about enough, not mentioned, not hardly seen in any videos. It's called the Lucky 7. Why is this one so unique? Okay, the reason why is because this will, in a half-inch hole, it'll fit in a half-inch hole and get the benefit of having this width. Does that make sense? Freaking great. Highly recommend this one too. And you can see that it's forgiving on the edge too. It's not as sharp. You can use both ways. So maybe you want a little bit more pointier and precision, use this side right here. If you want a little bit less precision, more softer pushes, you'd use this side. But more importantly, it fits in a half-inch hole. So where most whale tails, actually no whale tails this wide won't even come close. You can't even get it in there. So it's called the Lucky 7. That's from A1 Tools. This is from Blim. This is Blim. Dentcraft, okay? You guys can rewind the video too if you don't know. Okay, one of my favorites, probably my go-tos, is this a Blim inline 5/8 with whale tail. Like, it is very thin. It's probably just as thin as that 1/2 inch whale tail from Dentcraft. You are not going to get a better drive, more easier, flexible, thin driving tool than this Blim. And it's absolutely fantastic. It's forgiving on dents, and it gets to a lot of access points, specifically towards the pinch, towards the front of the door, middle of the door in a brace, hoods, trunks, roofs, wherever. This is the man right here. This is probably one of my first whale tails I've had. Nobody talks about this one either. It kind of looks like a hammerhead whale tail. It is from Ultra, right? You can see that they don't make the pink handles anymore, but they have it in black, I believe. If you can get your fingers on these, this is a really good one. They still make it. It's just mine's been worn out, which I kind of like it that way because I don't like sharp edges on my whale tails because it really chews up the dent quick. So be careful. So top 5. Let's go top 5. Number 1, this one right here. Number 2, well, we'll go here. This isn't in any order, okay? And if I was a new tech, I'd be like, okay, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? I gotta get this stuff out of the way. Sorry for the messy. So I hope that answers your questions. These are my top 5. Lucky 7, Blim 1/2 inch. You got your Blim smaller whale tail. You got your Blim 5/8. I guess you'd call that shovel tip, but it's not the name of that, but it's a 5/8. And then your Dentcraft standard 1 1/4 length. I think that's what it is, a 1/4 inch wide. Those are the ones. I would probably take these I would have these if I'm mobile all the time. This would not leave my bag. No way. I wouldn't even go anywhere without this. I can probably fix everything with these whale tails. All right, so we'll put these away. I'll go and read some comments before I get going. I just got to put my tools away, and the rest of them, this is the only part you're going to see that's kind of somewhat messy in my drawers. Other than that, I keep stuff pretty organized. Pretty organized. I try to. All right. Oh, comments. Comments. Let's go. Let's go. All right. How about this? Douche. Let's see. What is your recommended thickness of door tools? 7/16. So if you want door tools, generally 7/16, you won't have any flex. The door lords are really good for that. Ultra's good for that. I mean, everybody has a door tool now, but you want to make sure you have a door tool that has a handle system, so that way you can make it longer. I'll show you in a second, but because I'm going to get there, I have to pull these tools and put them back. 6 hours in a dent looks all right, but I still got a long way to go. Take your time, buddy. Adrian, you are like, perfection is going to take, you're going to learn, right? So let's just say that dent took you 10 hours to do total. The next dent you do that's very similar to that, I guarantee you, you'll cut at least 3 hours to half the time on that repair. You have to actually go through the small, short steps of, or long steps of learning. Slower is faster, because that's how you're going to get better. So don't think, oh, I need to go faster. The more faster you go, well, the more mistakes you're going to make. That's just how it goes. Let's see here. Lucky 7 seems so cool. Yeah, cool, it is. Definitely like the Lucky 7 due to the soft, but also sharp nature of trying to keep my tools minimized. Yeah, so that's why I kind of give you 5. And then look at the top 3. That maybe that's subjective, but look at what you need. Like, be efficient with the tools that you guys are using. Don't go buy a ton of tools, because you're going to get confused. You're going to get impatient. You're not going to give that tool enough seat time in your hands to actually get to know it and understand its capabilities. All right, would that be a good set for hail repair? Yeah, but you'll probably need longer, a little bit longer. You definitely want like a 30-inch minimum for hail, okay? But actually, the short ones too, because you're gonna be close range. So give or take, lengths, if you're doing hail, you're gonna need a set of different lengths of whale tails, okay? Okay, all right, I'm gonna get back to the tools. So, yeah, let's put some handles away here. This is an ultra handle. Let me see if I can get this. Let's see if I can get this going here. Okay. So I don't want this to drop on me again. This is a ultra handle, right? Let me see. Let me do this. How about that? How about this? Yeah. That way, hopefully I don't drop it again. Let's talk about handles. Ultra. This is one of their door lords. Actually, this is the mo money right here. If you guys have followed me at all, I made my living off of this length, this tool, for decades, for at least 2 decades. And it's called the mo money. And it's, to be honest with you, it's too thin for today's techs and for today's metal and aluminum. But it's really good for tight windows, like stuff that you don't have very much room to go between. You can take the belt molding off to get more room too as well, but most of you guys don't do that, but you should. But anyhow, the history of this is that it's got a good kick, it's thin, it's for your common door dents, door panels, dual pane windows, even though you gotta watch out for that. Again, I can go on and on about what you should do and what you shouldn't do. But the handle, this is the handle I recommend. If you can afford this handle, get it. Otherwise, you're gonna have handles on your tools and you can have a lot of them and you're gonna be limited with what you can do. Now the cool thing about this one, and we're gonna get to Anson too or A1 tools, they have a great handle system too, so stay with me. You snap it on, right? You use this coupling right here, you just pull it back. Click it on. Now, cool, check this out, right? So you push in on the door, right? You're like, man, I wish I had a different angle. Instead of taking the whole thing off, you just pull it, right? And now you can swing it. You can rotate it super easy just by pulling up a little bit, okay? Oh, well, you need more length? Oh, shoot, man, you need a little bit more. I'm a little stuck here. You can take this off, add it. I'm like, my handle is stuck. Because this is actually I probably need to clean it off a little bit. But you can actually keep adding to your length on there, right? Because, let's see if I got one here. Got one on this side. You can keep adding length to your handle. And so that way you can have some power, right? Hey, maybe you're not that strong. Maybe you're a woman that does PDR. You're looking for an advantage because you're maybe not as strong. And that's the thing. I know I've trained women who can do dents better than men because they have more leverage. It's not because they're more stronger, but they know how to do the leverage, right? Another thing too is, this is the biggest mistake technicians make, new beginners, is that they put it in line, right? You see how it's in line? Wrong. So when you're twisting, right? Let's do this. So when you're twisting, look at my wrist. Look how much tension's on that wrist, man. Like, we don't want that. So what I do is I'll bring it in like a 45, right? And now when I'm twisting, like this is the panel, look at my wrist. Stay straight. Stay straight. And I got all this power over here rather than over here. And then I'm like, now I'm pushing with my shoulder. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to like, I'm concentrating on how much leverage I got to give it or how much I'm losing than the dent, right? So that's the reason and the proper reason why you need good handles and tools. But since we're on the same subject of handles, we're going to talk about, right, the Gorilla Grip. There's the, well, we're going to get to that in a second. There's the end game. So So let's get a tool that will fit that, right? Let's go. I know I got an Anson tool here. Oh, here we go. Oh no, this is actually Dent Reaper. All right, this is, you see it's kind of a slight hook. It's got a slight hook. Let's start with the Gorilla Grip. Or also the tactical, you want to, like, they name it different ways. They call it the Gorilla Grip. So you put it on, you snap it, look at it, that's how it goes on. Like that. And you can just easily take this one off. This one has to come off, but it's no big deal, right? It's got so many teeth on it, you can just put it in very increments, degrees of how you want it. You can unscrew it. This is the way this handle comes apart and goes on. Now, cool thing about this, if I was a technician, if I was a beginner, I would probably get this one because look, you got best of both worlds. You can actually screw on the other side and now you have a T-handle. And you can make this as long or as comfortable as whatnot. And you can also take a rubber ball and put it on the end of it. So when you are twisting or pushing, you're not digging into your hand. And now you have a T-handle, right? There you go, T-handle. Bada bing, bada bang. Cool, so they just came out last year, right? They came out with a new tool called the Endgame. The Endgame, if I'm going too fast, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get through everything. Endgame, it's got two buttons. One to put it on. Other one, boy, you can rotate it. Bada bing. Also, it's got a 15-degree kick. So now you're a little bit more comfortable. That depends though. So if you're sitting like this and you're pushing, right? This is probably not ideal. You probably need to make sure you're up and then that way. But honestly, don't matter to me. I just add a little more extension too. I got a huge advantage. Instead of pushing with one hand, like a big force hand with one hand, I can just actually technically do this. I mean, I'm not lying. Like the more length you have here, the more easier it is to push there. And again, keep it more cocked over. So you're not losing that leverage point. So my two handle systems, I highly recommend, right? You're gonna need, and you see the difference, right? There's the Octagon from Ultra. That's the way they roll. And then there's the hub system from Anson, Dent Reaper, A1 Tools. That's how they roll, and PDR Finesse. Cool thing about PDR Finesse too as well, that company, is that when you order their tools, you can actually request to have a Octagon hub or their adjustable handles that come with it. So that's a cool thing about PDR Finesse. They don't get mentioned enough either. These are the two systems. So you'd probably just need, if I was a beginner, I'd probably get these tools, two handle systems. If you're a veteran and you don't have any of these and you got the funds, and I would recommend, because that's your lifestyle, that's your career, that's how you make money, I would get the Endgame too. I mean, it's going to make life a lot easier. Specifically near the door and you're concentrating, and you're like, oh shit, I just need to make it move a little bit more. You click that button, you adjust, right? You're not getting interrupted in your concentration. So these tools are legit. Let's go put some away right now. Let's go. Let's go. I'll read some comments too as well. Matter of fact, I'll read comments before I start putting these away here. Let's see. Okay. Would that be a good set for hail repair? Okay, I think we already said it's expensive to have rods sent to the handles swapped for the adjustable systems. It is, and that's why I say you got to invest in the tools right away, right? Try to, if you can, up front, if you're looking for tools, you want to invest in these system handles, and that way you're ready for any future tools you purchase. But you know what they say, cry once, buy once, right? So make sure that you budget for it, because you will regret buying tools that you could have bought in the beginning, and you could have spent a little bit more money, and it would have saved you a lot more time and a lot more, I'd say, frustration too. Okay. I'm trying to read this one. Okay, we're slowing down on our comments here. Okay, same principle as the cheater bar and mechanic work. Oh, yeah, 100% right. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely same principle. Same principle, okay? Let's put these tools away. Okay, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go right here. All right, this is where I keep my Ultra Dent systems, right here. I've been with Ultra Dent tools. They're my first major tool company that I actually invested a lot more of my money in. Now I have a lot of Anson stuff, right? A lot of Anson or slash A1 tools, but it is, I'll zoom in just a bit more for you guys, right? So actually, now it should be good. That way you should have a good view of that. So, like I said, it is a very smart way. You don't need a lot of tools. I don't want I know it can be eye candy and like, wow, I need that. Don't. If you stick around, I'm going to give you 5 tools that I tell you, like if you're a beginner, you need to have, all right? But these tools look tempting, like, oh, how much is that set? I want to buy that set. You don't want to buy this set. You want to buy the set when you understand how to use a few tools. This is going to confuse the crap out of you. Don't buy big toolkits. That's my recommendation. I got another hand tool too. This is actually a quick release too as well. So you put this on and then you can also pull this handle too, right? But that's, and I take this off here. But you gotta make sure, look, have some pride too. If you guys don't go buy eBay crap, or like maybe some of you veteran techs, you don't care about your organization or whatnot. But I'll tell you what, customers, when customers come in, they want to say, oh, hey, so how do you do it? And I was like, yeah, well, come on over here. Let me show you like what we do. Like these are some of the tools, or operating tools that we do for your vehicle, right? And then I take them over and I'll show them some other ones. Right? I'm gonna do this right here. And I open this drawer up. This is my Anson drawer right here. Oh, let me just make sure. There we go. That's my Anson drawer. All right, basically I would recommend at least one of each one of these. Okay, this is pretty much what I use currently with a lot of dent repairs that I do. All right, let me get my other tool. I'm gonna put it away here on my handle. Hang in there. You can just eyeball that right quick while I'm looking for my other handle. Oh, there they are. Here's the handles. So I have different end games right here. This is the red one, of course. We'll just put that there. Yada yada. This is the another Gorilla Grip. I carry 2 sets because I train students, so in case they both want to use it at the same time, it's available. These handles right here, these tools, this is the door lord, right? This is the most common size length door lord that I use. Let me pull this back just a bit here. Oops. Make sure we got, no. Dang it, I'm sorry guys. There, that's what I wanted to show you. Door lords. Dude, you cannot deny this is one of the better tools out there. Ultra makes some very similar ones. The Dent Craft, all of them, PDR Finesse, Blem. But what's unique about this is that it's really, let me show you one that's not taped. But look at the, look how thick it gets. Like it's a good 7/16. Maybe this is a little bit bigger. I think this might be, I can't remember. Oh, this is 7/16 right here. This one gets a little bit thicker. I don't know if that's 5/8. I can't remember. God, 9/16. Anyhow, the bigger ones, but look at, there's no flex, gentlemen and ladies. But look how tapered it gets at the end. It's really good still for finishing. Really, really, really good for finishing. So they come in different lengths. This one right here is the sharps for finishing. Highly recommend it. You're gonna need it for aluminum and sound deadening. These are the screw-on tips. right? Super common. That's in my ultra drawers. I have tons of different ones of these. Got to get them. Doesn't matter what brand you get, but you got to get them. You got 3/8, 7/16, and I think 9/16. I think that's what it is. Your double blades, your picks. You're gonna need some picks for finishing. For straight tools, getting between braces on the hoods, roofs, and trunks. This is definitely a way to go. They come in different lengths. Obviously, you're a hail tech, 100% you need that. 100% you need that. Let's go here. This one's an interesting drawer. It's got a little bit of everything in here. Let's see if I can get this. Now this one, woo-wee. This one right here is, you got a little bit of Dent Reaper. Dent Reaper, another fantastic tools. One of the latest tools that I think is freaking great is this one right here. It's called the Chronos. Look at the contact point of that. You think, man, that's pretty blunt. That's not going to do nothing. Well, yes, it will. It actually gets a lot of that center out quickly. A deeper dent gets you to the 90% level, and then you could switch it to, and this goes for any kind of tool, but they have a, it's called the 3D tool. And then they have this one right here. If you look at that, like it's tapered right here and sharp on the edge right here. Perfect for sound deadening, aluminum finishing, great drive. Just fantastic systems, right? Fantastic tools. They got the straight Chronos too, which is nobody like really understands how to use these tools, right? We'll get the stand liner too. Gosh damn, dude, like I could be here for 4 hours just showing you tools. Best curve tools in my book and right now is the Excalibur, right? So you have an access point here, let's just say there, and your dent's over here, and your access point's here. This goes right in here, and it goes over to that dent, and it works it without making a high spot in the skin up here. All right, so let's say there's a hood, and your dent's here, and your access point's here. So you slip it in and get over, and not tear up the hole, and not tear up or make a high spot in the skin, and still get to that dent very clean. Fantastic Excalibur. If you are a hail tech and you don't own these, well, you've been left in the dark, and you will think, why didn't I get those before? Saves me so much time and headache. Dent Reaper has their own type of versions, but theirs is a little bit different. Right here, it's the more softer, more forgiving on a tip. But this is, I would say, more of steel than aluminum, because you need a sharp tip for aluminum. Fantastic tool, great, good handle, just good. You are not going to go wrong. Dent Reaper's got another tool too, an all-around. Look at that tip right there, dude. Woo-wee! You can cut glue, and that's sharp as a knife right here. Literally, I'm not lying. Fantastic for understanding. If you understand how to finish, this is a tool. These tools are for finishing. Like most of these sharp ones are for finishing. Understanding. You got your swoops. This is actually this isn't Dent Reaper. This is actually, Anson, or their tequila line. This is kind of like a swoop looking one, right? It's kind of like curves down a bit. Really good and sharp. So I want to clarify that wasn't all Dent Reaper, but the one that actually, this is the one that if you don't own a Dent Reaper, it's probably one of the first ones I would get. It's, look how sharp but not too sharp. It's a perfect all-around tool. Once you understand your reflection and know how to push, Dent Reaper is the way to go. You guys got to check out Dent Reaper, okay? All right, let me see here. Make sure we're on the same page here. Hey, I'm back over here. All right, let's see what we got here. And I'm gonna finish putting my stuff away. And then I don't know how much more time we got. What's really the difference here? Somebody's gonna come here at 12 o'clock, so we got like 10 minutes. Let's see. I'm moving into PDR coming from a window tint background. I get a lot of cars coming from for tint, but the door dings. What are the tools you recommend I purchase for door dings? Yeah, I say that if you can go to just to help you understand. There's it says top 5 tools for beginners. I highly recommend watching that video. Just type it in on my channel. Top 5 tools for beginners. You'll get that. You don't want a lot of tools. And I keep telling that that's the number one thing. You don't want a lot of tools to perfect how to do PDR. So the number one tool I would get, number one, if you said one tool I'm going to get, I'll show you just real quick here. Might as well show you, right? Let me switch it up. Okay, let's do it. This one, 30-inch screw-on tip. The reason why? You can put multiple tool tips on here. You got extensions, different tips, and those tips are like this. This is what I'm saying right here. You see all these tips? This is extensions, right? That would fit on here. Of course, this isn't the right size, but I'm talking the width is a little bit bigger. You can put, for more leverage, you put an R4 on here. That's just from Dent, this tip. This is highly recommended a tip too, right? So now you got a push tip. You can switch it to a sharper tip. You can do anything you want. You can do a midpoint plastic tip, so you're not chewing it up. You can go all kinds. You get the point, right? I would start with a double bend soft tip. Make sure you get a chain, so for leverage, and you need a handle. Get the handle. Don't get a handle that's, if you can afford it, get the handle that can come off. That's my advice, okay? That is my solid advice on that. All right, and let's see here. I'm gonna put this sucker away. Let's go. La-da-da, don't drop the freaking camera again this time, Mike. All right. I have a couple Excalibur tools and they feel great. Aluminum is a, you're 100% right. I got a Dent Reaper with the double bend, fantastic tool. See, so we got some audience here who's already bought some Dent Reapers, man. So, Mike, have you seen the PDR Inex kit or used any of their tools from Turkey? They are handle sets. I have not. I haven't even heard of that company yet. So I know there's some PDR companies that are coming out of Turkey that have been pretty interesting, shall I say, but I haven't seen that brand, and I definitely haven't heard of that company. So I'll look into that. And if you can, send me a link too, or send people here a link. I want to check it out. Chris says Excalibur totally loves them, the brace set. What's the good budget-friendly starter set? Can someone link? Be careful. Like, I have a kit. It's $2,500. I recommended one on Anson, so check that one out. I don't have one on Ultra, but again, if you're listening to me, top 5 tools you should do, just watch the video first. Don't be impatient and buy tools you don't understand. That's the main thing. You should never ever purchase tools if you don't know how to use it yet. Understand the reason why you're buying it and what you need to use it for and practice for. So check out the video on YouTube. It's on my channel. It's called the Top 5 Tools for Beginners. You'll absolutely love it. There's more than a few tools that I recommend for beginners, but watch those videos and then it'll make more sense to you. It'll make way more sense. And you're gonna buy smarter, and you're gonna save money, and you're gonna save, more importantly, time and frustration. So, what's a budget-friendly company to buy from? Well, they're all, like, I would say none of the companies are cheap, right? And I'm definitely not gonna recommend anybody on Amazon, Temu, or anything like that. Like, then you're not serious. That's period. You're not taking what you wanna do serious. If this is a hobby, yeah, you'll become a hobby at understanding what tools not to buy. You'll become an expert at that real quick first. So I recommend, if you're serious, if you're not serious, I haven't even said this because I don't pitch things a lot, but if you're really don't, you want to learn more than just what you see on YouTube and more structured, but you're not sure, you don't want personal training, but you're kind of serious, you want to do it, you're that window tinter, right? Go to denttrainer.com. You won't regret it. Go to denttrainer.com. Save you tons of money. Plus you get tool discounts too. And you get $100 credit right off the bat to Anson PDR. So why not, right? Why not? Okay, let's go here. I got literally, let's go. I forgot my watch too. Let's go. I don't think I'll be able to put these tools away in time. Let's go. This is, again, the Dent Reaper, right? I don't have room in my other Dent Reaper drawer. So put that thing right there. These are some of the, okay. No, this is a PDR Finesse tool right here. That thing is sharp as a mofo. Highly recommend, but I took the, I cut the, back in the day, because I had this for years, I cut that off and I put an octagon on it. I did the same thing with Blim. Blim has a, these are hook tools. These are the whale tail upper door hook tools. Totally recommend them. Totally recommend them. Like, you're gonna get 70% of the dents. Notice I said 70 and not 90, 100 or whatever, because half the time you can't really get up to that dent if you have normal hook tools. But these, they're slightly different on each one. They have a slight curve for right and left. So that's PDR Finesse. This is a Ultra Door Lord. I'm still Ultra Dent Tools door tool. This is a PDR Finesse. Dude, okay, PDR Finesse, and this is actually a, it's called the Mark Zirkus tool. It is a fantastic tool for finishing aluminum. Look, you know how you're getting to that 10% all the time, you're having a hard time finishing, this is it. But you better know how to read your reflection, otherwise it's gonna do some damage, okay? Another Ultra. Now, this is another underrated one. Let me put these up. Let me put these up right here, 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 there. All right, check these out right here. Look, it's got a kick on them. Underrated. PDR Finesse. I think it's the ST. Oh gosh, don't quote me on this one, man. But look how it's got a kick on there. It is absolutely fantastic. It goes down the door. You got more leverage than you think on these. Again, I turned these into a Ultra hub system. PDR Finesse. You have to, if you haven't heard of them, you have to go to their site. They got great tools, great hand tools. Check, and then here's another bunch of hand tools that I love. You have to have an arsenal of hand tools. You got Care Point right here. You got another Dent Reaper pick or Talon tool. You got Dent Craft, right? You got stand liner hand tools. PDR Finesse with an Anson, what do you call it? Metal, not metal. This is a rubber cap that they use on there. But anyhow, it's and it's strong. This tool is super strong. 90-degree tools are always money for me. Look at this kick on here. This is, oh, by the way, this is an adjustable handle. Let me switch it. Let me show you. Let me show you what I mean. All right, let me put this up here. That way, let me just do that one. Is he gonna catch me? All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Check this out. See this tool? Woo! Pretty nifty. It's budget friendly. They make some good tools, okay? And they make unique tools and unique bends, so that's why I'm recommending them. But Care Point, CAREPOINT. Very affordable tools. Dentcraft has very affordable tools as well. Like this is Dentcraft here, right? That's the one I was telling you about. And they come in different sets and different hooks. You probably, as they get bigger, you probably want to cut them off because you can have a lot more usage with the handle being off because you have different angles you can place it around. But I really recommend the Dentcraft stuff. Let's see here. Well, I think that's it on that one here. I'm not going to go through all the whole door tool section, but let's go, since I'm here, stand liners. What can I say about stand liners? Nothing bad for sure, tell you that. You probably see this is called the killer whale tail right here. So if you notice these tools, most of them have like a heel tip, right? Some are sharper. This is the pirate hook. This is one of the first ones that came out everywhere. This is becoming one of my favorites too as well. You use the heel, the tip of the tool, right? They're expensive, but they save you money. They save you time. They make you money. Sorry, they save you. They save you money by saving time. Does that make sense? Because when you when you are farting around and you mess up a dent because you used the wrong tool, which you thought was the right tool, now you're fixing high spots that you could have prevented, right? That's how it works. Oh, let's see here. I'm gonna put this. I guess I'm not gonna be able to finish all my tool putting away. I talk too much. This is a, oh man, I forgot one thing. Okay, oh, this is, by the way, I use this tool. Hold on a second, I got something accessory to show you. This is probably if I was to buy one stand liner tool, like first, I'd buy them all, I'd be honest with you. This is called the crane. Dude, you gotta get this tool. You gotta get this tool. If you don't get this tool, because it's great for fenders, doors, and you push with the heel, so you're gonna get way more softer contact and a push. It's like a soft tip and a sharp tip at the same time. Fantastic tool. Never heard anybody complain about it. That's the tool that they love. Right? This is a conversion handle. This is actually a Dent craft handle with a quick release. With a quick release. Okay, so the accessory I wanted to show you. Step right up, folks. This right here. Check this out. UPDR techs, if you, here's, first of all, the accessory, check out really quick. This is the top that can go on your pack out. Just absolutely awesome, okay? But lately, Matt sent me a thing called Flawless PDR. It's his name of his company, right? I don't know what he named this yet, but if you have a pack out, you know, the one thing about pain in the ass with pack outs is that you got to take this off to put something on there from whatever, but he made a bracket that fits around and then he puts a metal steel plate here. They're probably going, yeah, well, what's so cool about that? Well, yeah, what's so cool is that you can, you know, maybe you're, actually, let me just do this. Maybe you're, let me do this. Da-da-da. Oops. And then, you know how I said I don't like things online? Hold on, bear with me here. Bear with me here. I don't like things on the metal panels, right? So you guys probably know where I'm going with this at right now. All right, sorry, I don't have my, I'm just gonna place it in the right thing. All right, here we go. All right. So cool, I can do that. And now, that's not all it's for, but look, check it out. Maybe I'm a mobile tech. Now, I can fix my dent, have my tool cart still next to me. All right, and still work. And still be at distance at reaching my stuff, you know, going through there. But maybe I don't want that on there. Maybe I don't use it like that. So I'll turn that off, take that off. Maybe I just want to stick some of my magnetic you know, keep my, gotta put it the right way. There. Or maybe I just want a mat. I don't want to. And I just want to stick some of my tools here. So I can actually just use whatever way I want. I heard he's making a double din one too. And look at that. Put my window guard in here from VIP, carbon fiber too. Pretty cool. This, Kobe gave this to me, a friend of mine. So I put my torch there. See the really quick accessories? You can put your glue gun right there, your Kiko mini lifter there. If you want to put tools there, you can. And then check this out. So you see, I don't know if you noticed, but this is Breet tools, and look at the top that it comes with. I mean, it comes with, you can buy it like this, and you have a lot of real estate on your pack out now. You can take some of your favorite tools and hang them if you want, and just have a good old time hanging your tools. You're like, oh man, I just need to put this tool here. Really great organization when you're organized, right? This right here, Matt from Get a Grip, has a new electric strong arm, or a vacuum strong arm. He's also got one for his umbrella, which I'll be showing later on too. Freaking great. So I'm sorry, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to show you more. Maybe we'll do a part 2, because there's no way I'm going to finish. I can show you more tools and how they work and all kinds of things. I got to clean this up. So I hope you guys enjoyed that so far. I try to do my best to give you guys as much information as I can and share that. So that's it, man. Let me read some questions until my technician gets here. Okay, here we are. Now we're banging in some questions here. Okay. What's good? Saved my butt several times, and I got a hood and a deck lid and loved them. Okay, so we're talking about those anacondas. Saludos? What's up, Alfred? How you doing, man? So how's the Dark Angel versus the Door Lord? All right, so the Dark Angel has a bit of a curve, a little bit more swoop to it, and it curves up a bit. So I would say the Dark Angel has more of an advantage when you're going behind the brace and then coming back up, because there might be a dent just right in front of it. So that would probably be the best way to compare. Would I get both of them? Absolutely, absolutely. I would get probably the Door Lords or the Dent Reaper normal ones first, and then I would use that as my secondary tool. And I've used it quite often too. I've actually used it in quarter panels where it could swoop down and get to the towards the edge too. Let's see. Yep. But you only spend once and it pays dividends. That's 100%. Here's my guy, guys. I will let you guys go, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and talk to you guys later. Have a good weekend.